good evening, all of you. How many of you are present? Let me see. So, all those who are present in the class, please tell me whether you people can hear me all right. Am I audible? Am I visible? Born for you is there. Hello, hello, hello. Born for you, how are you? Welcome to the class. Nice to meet you too. Thank you. Okay, wonderful. So I am audible. So let's get going with the session today. I am Pradip Sir, your VARC mentor, and I welcome all of you to BYJU'S Exam Prep, India's premier online test prep platform for all UG entrance exams. So if you think about IPMAT, CUET, NPAT, BBA, and any other exam, look no further. We are there to help you out. So today's session is going to be a very interesting one, and we will be talking about prepositions. Now, in my first session last week, I spoke to you people about the rules of prepositions, the semantics involved, and the syntax involved. Today, we will be talking about the prepositions, practice questions, and we will have fun with these questions. All right. So I hope you all are set to go. So am I. Thank you so much. Best of luck to you too. Manaswani, hi Manaswani. I lost all of you for a bit, 2-3 seconds. I'm good, Manaswani. How are you? All right. So when we talk about preposition question, primarily, we see that all across all the different exams, whether you talk about the BBA entrance exam or you talk about NPAT exam, right? Or the IPMAT exam for that matter, और अगर JIPMAT की भी बात करेंगे, right? The questions are going to be asked in three different ways, in three different categories. Either we will have questions based on fill in the blanks, or we will have questions based on spotting errors, all right, or we will have questions based on sentence improvement. So today we are going to have a mixed bag of question practice, because in my previous class, you can check the video, we have covered extensively all the rules of prepositions, and today we are going to apply the same rules to practice a few questions. All right, so we will talk about fill in the blanks questions, we will talk about a quiz, this is going to be very interesting, and then a few spotting error questions based on prepositions. All right. So without wasting any more time, let us now look at the very first question. Now, this is going to be fun. If you look at this slide, guys, it talks about you have a paragraph, right? Very simple paragraph. You have some prepositions given to you. At, by, in, into, of, OWF, of, on, out, to, under, with. So you have to fill in these blanks using the correct preposition that I have already provided you with. So the idea is to fill in the gaps with the right kind of preposition. इसको करते हैं जल्दी से, and we will have fun. Okay. So this is going to set the tone for today's session, right? And we will look at a few practice questions. All right. So let us see how we are placed at the end of the first question. So there are 7 blanks for you. Let us see if we can answer some of them. All right. So what is the preposition for the very first blank? One, how do I go dash the public library? Then comes the direction. The direction says go dash the end dash the street and turn right. Turn left dash the next traffic. Anadi has come up with the answer. 2 for the first one. Okay, great. The others, will you try? Turn left, dash the next traffic lights, and then take the second turning, dash your right. This will bring you dash Thomas Street, and you will find the library dash your left. Okay, I go to. Wonderful. All right. In the public library. Okay, lovely. I want more of you to participate. So we are going to be talking about the prepositions based on directions. We are talking about prepositions based on directions. So you can very well understand over here that all these prepositions are to be used to show directions. All right, wonderful. So let us see what the answer is going to be. What are the answers to these fill in the gaps questions? All right, here you are. How do I go to the public library? Now always remember, to shows destination. To is a preposition of place that shows destination. All right. Where do you want to go? To. Go to the end of the street. Again, we are talking about direction. Go to the end of the street. End of this street. Off shows possession or off shows belongingness. Okay, end of this street and turn right. Turn left at the next traffic light. Okay, so at is a preposition that shows location. All right, and then take the second right. It can be to your left or on your left. Both possibilities are fine. Okay, all right. This will bring you to Thomas Street. Again, you are talking about destination, Thomas Street, and you will find your library on your left. So you turn to your right and you find something on your left or right. So these were the answers for the very first question. I hope you liked these small changes. It was a very funny exercise just to help you to get warmed up to the session today. All right? Okay. In this street and turn right. Manaswini, it's end of this street because you're talking about movement. Okay. So whenever you talk about movement, you go to the end of a road or of a street. That is the basic idea. End of the street, end of road. What do we say? End of road. Isn't it? So end of the street is the right preposition. So that brings us to the end of the first exercise. I hope it is clear to you. Can we do one more? It is going to be fun, right? Similar exercise. Now we have first, second, third, fourth. There are 4 questions, and again, you have the prepositions coming to your rescue and help. Now, for this exercise, we are going to choose from these prepositions, right? And we will try to fill in these blanks. So again, we are going to be talking about prepositions of position, prepositions of location, prepositions of movement, so on and so forth. Let us see if we can do this exercise. I have lived dash this street dash 10 years. The second one says, we heard that Mr. Daswani wasn't dash arrest, but was helping the police dash inquiries. The third one says, have you heard dash Adil dash his return? Yes, I had a letter dash Monday. He is thinking dash going back to America. And the fourth one says, he was wounded dash the shoulder dash a bullet fire dash an upstairs window. Can we start? You have these many blanks to fill up. इतने सारे blanks हमें fill up करने हैं. All right. So what do you think is the answer for the first question? I have lived dash this street dash 10 years. Anyone? Okay. Anadi says in this street for 10 years. Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Anadi, for your response. The second one says, we heard that Mr. Daswani wasn't dash arrest, but was helping the police dash inquiries. These are your options. In the street since 10 years, Manuswini, all right. Okay. Let us see what the answer options are. I have lived in this street for 10 years, right? Since will not be correct because since is used to show a point of time. All right, always remember. Whereas we use for to show a stretch of time. For example, for 10 years, but since 2002. Because since shows point of time. We are talking about 10 years stretch of time. That's why for should be used over here. And we don't live on the street. The answer is you live in the street. You're talking about a particular address in this street. We heard Mr. Daswani, second one, wasn't under arrest. So this is the preposition that we use whenever we are using words like arrest. Somebody is put under arrest, under house arrest. That's the preposition that goes with arrest. Why? He was helping the police with inquiries, right? You help somebody with something. You help somebody with something. So in this case, with is the right preposition to be used. Third one says, have you heard from Adil? Means, is there any news from him? Is there any news from him? Have you heard from Adil? This is an idiomatic expression. Since his return, now since shows a particular point of time. Now over here, the point of time is return. Since then. That's why since is used over here. Yes, I had a letter on Monday. Now on is a preposition that answers the question which day. On Monday, on Tuesday, on always will give you the answer to the question which day. That's why on Monday. He is thinking of going back to America. Over here, always remember, whenever you have a verb in the ing form, thinking, means you are considering to do something. So thinking plus of is the right combination. So he is thinking of going back to America. Fourth one, he was wounded in the shoulder. This is the right preposition. You show the spot where he was wounded. He was wounded in the shoulder by a bullet fired. Now over here, the doer of the action is the bullet. That's why by a bullet fired from where? From an upstairs window. All right. So these were the prepositions to be used for these blanks. I hope the first two exercises were fun and we have very successfully completed the first four questions. All right. Now, are you ready for a quiz? We are done with the first four questions. Now let us have a small quiz over here. Maza aayega. We'll have great fun. Okay. The quiz goes like this. Now, as you can see, A, B, C, D, there are four words. Observance, covetous, apprised, abhorrence. Karna kya hai? Now, let's read the direction. The direction says, in each question, there are four words, A, B, C, D. From the given list of prepositions, these are the list of prepositions. What do we have to do? Select the one that can be used with all the four words. It means out of these prepositions, you have to choose one which can be commonly used for A, B, C, D. For example, if you choose two, then it becomes observance two, covetous two, apprised two, abhorrence two. You just have to choose one preposition that can be used commonly for all these words. All right. Are you ready for this quiz? Okay, let's see how many of you can answer this. Now the trick is, if you can find one answer correctly, the rest will follow. That is the trick. एक word आप choose करिए जिसके साथ एक preposition combine करेगा, बाकी फिर follow हो जाएगा अपने. Let's see. This is going to be fun. What are the words? Observance, covetous, apprised, abhorrence. Anyone? Manaswini has come up with four. Thank you, Manaswini. The others? Manaswini, which word did you pick? I will give you the answers, Anadi. Just a second. I'll give you all the answers. Covetous and observance and apprised and abhorrence, everything. Okay. I just need a preposition. Even if you take a wild guess, that is even all right. Guess bhi kar sakte hain because ye quiz hai. We are playing a game. Okay. So let me show you the answers. All right. What is the answer? It is of. Observance of, covetous of, apprised of, abhorrence of. Okay. Now, one of you asked me this question, sir, what is covetous? Please look here. Anadi, this is the meaning. What is envious? Envious means jealous. All right. Anadi, yes, this is the answer. Apprised means informed. Look over here. Apprised means informed. And all these words will take off as preposition. Abhorrence means hatred. When you hate something, when you don't like something, a terrible dislike for anything is abhorrence. Okay, abhorrence of slavery. Observance of, when you follow something. All right, observance is follow. So what are the words? Observance, covetous, apprised, aberrants, the prepositions are off. So the trick was, if you could find out one preposition correctly, then the others will follow. So now you know that with all these words, you can just use only one preposition, that is off. I hope you liked the quiz. Can we play one more? Can we have one more round of the same quiz? Ready for the game? All right. Let us look at this one. Same direction, nothing changes, only the words have changed. All right. From the given list of prepositions, select the one that can be used with all the four words. And the prepositions remain the same. To, of, from, with, for, in, on, at, along, up. Read the words carefully. Tantamount, resemblance, antidote, and adjacent. Let me see how many of you can answer this question correctly. Anadi has come up with 2 as the answer. Thank you, Anadi. The others, please. कौन सा option होगा? कौन सा preposition होगा? Anadi has given me 2. All right. Anybody else? क्या होगा? Tantamount, resemblance, antidote, adjacent. Okay. Let us look at the answers now. What is the preposition to? Anadi, you are absolutely right. The preposition was to. Congratulations, dear. Lovely answer. Right? Yes, Manaswini, you are also right. It is to. Right? Now let's look at these words. Tantamount, meaning having the same effect as. एक ही तरीके का effect होना. Such activities would tantamount to unfavorable public and market reaction. It will have an effect. Resemblance, the next word, to have similarity. Okay, so resemblance to something. Look at the sentence. He was struck by her resemblance to his dead mother. Resemblance, to have a similarity. Antidote, what is antidote? Okay, something to counteract, something which is counteractive. Like for venom, you have anti-venom. So antidote, courage is an antidote to the fear bred in our society. So if fear is there, the antidote to that fear is courage. All right. Okay. Adjacent, side by side or adjoining or very near or close to. There can be n number of meanings to adjacent. We also have adjacent angle in mathematics. So adjacent is to. His new house is adjacent to the graveyard. So 2 quiz questions successfully done, and both of you have answered the question wonderfully. Anadi and Manaswini. Congratulations. Okay. So moving on to the next question, that is spotting error questions. Now, whatever exams you are planning to write, whether it is the CUCET exam or the NPAT exam or the BBA exam, whatever you are planning, at least 3 to 5 questions, right? 3 to 5 questions right, will be on spotting the errors, and most of the questions are preposition based. Okay, so in this category, we are going to do some serious question practice. And if you look at this category, it says you will have a question, right? You will have a sentence, and the part of the sentence may have an error. You have to find out the part which has an error. And if you think there is no error in the question, the answer should be no error. This is what we are going to be practicing. So we are going to look at some past year questions from different exams. Okay, so let us see how the questions based on prepositions are actually asked. We have done the first four questions early. Now this is question number 5. Earlier we have done first four questions. Now this is the next question in the kitty. The widely publicized manifesto of the new party is not much different than ours. So this entire sentence is divided into 4 parts. The first part is the widely publicized manifesto. If you think the first part has an error, the answer is A. Of the new party, this is part B. If you think this part has an error, the answer is B. Is not much different than ours. This is part C. If you think this part has an error, then let's mark D. And if you think the sentence is fine, then we will go with D, which means no error. Let us read the question very carefully. Manaswini, you have written QQ equivalent in seriousness too. I am sorry, I don't quite follow this question of yours. Will you please elaborate? Let me answer it. I'll try to answer your question. Okay. The widely publicized manifesto of the new party is not much different than ours. Do you think the sentence has a problem, guys? How to solve spotting error question in English? Exactly, this is what we are discussing at the moment, Manaswini. All right. How to solve spotting error questions in English? There can be many concepts. Concepts on tenses, concepts on articles, concepts on subject verb agreement. So we will go with each concept at a time. All right. Today we are talking about spotting error questions based on prepositions. All right. So do we have an answer for this question? A, B, C, D. What is your choice? What is your option? Anyone? The widely publicized manifesto of the new party is not much different than ours. What is the answer? Shreya says there is no error. Okay, Shreya. Welcome to the class, by the way. Welcome. Okay. Tell me one thing, all of you. Which preposition should we use with different? Different dash. कौन सा preposition चाहिए हमें with different? Anyone? 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 Okay. The answer is C, because with different we require the preposition from. It says different than. This is wrong. Okay. We should have used different from ours. Isn't it? So C has a problem, guys. C has a problem. All right. It was an easy question. A very logical and common sense questions. You see, the questions in these exams are not going to be tough. Yes, they are going to be tricky at times, but not tough at all. You just have to have the concepts in place. Like this question, right? It was a test on whether we know which preposition to use with different. All right. This was question number 5 for us. Let's look at one more. It was apparent for everyone present that if the patient did not receive medical attention fast, he would die. The sentence has 4 parts and the fifth part is no error. Please read the sentence very carefully before you drive home your answer. It was apparent for everyone present that if the patient did not receive medical attention fast, he would die. What do you think is the answer? Along also Manaswini. A lot depends the context in which this expression is used. If you could just give me the context, I'll help you with the answer. Just type the context over here, Manaswini. Okay. All right, guys. What is the answer for question number 6? Shreya has marked B. All right. Thank you, Shreya. देखते हैं क्या आंसर होगा. Okay. Virat Kohli fan club. I'm also a big fan of Virat Kohli. Welcome to the class. Anyways, देखो, when you talk about this word apparent, when you use this word, apparent means something which is clear or obvious. Okay, something which is clearly understood, something which is obvious, apparent. Apparent does not take for, right? Apparent takes two. That is why A has a problem. Manaswini absolutely right. Virat absolutely right. A has a problem there. The preposition should have been, it was apparent to everyone present that if the patient did not receive medical attention fast, he would die. This was the logic. Apparent plus 2. So you must learn various combinations with nouns, with verbs, with adjectives plus prepositions. You don't have to learn the combinations by heart. We cannot do it. You just have to read 1 page or 2 pages a day, and that would be all. Devote 15 minutes to read these combinations, right? Please follow Wren and Martin, right? This book has a dedicated exercise on prepositions and chapter dedicated to phrasal verbs. Keep reading them. Every day read for 15 minutes and you will be through. Okay, don't try to mug up the things by heart. As for this question, apparent always takes 2. All right. Okay. Yes, before you start solving spotting the errors, Manaswini, if you can just go through the concepts, right, you will get most of the answers right. Let's look at question number 7. I will put on a note in this regard for your consideration and necessary action. I will put on a note in this regard for your consideration and necessary action. Read the question very carefully before you drive in your answer. All right. I will put on a note in this regard for your consideration and necessary action. So you have a preposition in A, you have a preposition in B, you have a preposition in C. Okay. Is it confusing? Do you think it is confusing? Let me take you to the answer option. All right. The answer happens to be A. I will put on. This is wrong, right? You can put on. Put on means to wear something, right? Put on. You can put on weight. You can put on makeup. Okay. But when you come to note, you are putting dash a note. You actually put up a note. So when you say put up, it means to display, right? It means to display. All right. So put up, up has a problem over here. This part had a problem. In place of on, we required up. So this question was a bit idiomatic, right? And we are talking about phrasal verbs over here, right? And how phrasal verbs become important. We put on a note in this regard, right? We put up a note. Note over here means notice or any note. So on would be wrong, Manaswini. The answer should have been we put up a note. So A had a problem. Okay, because put up means to show or to display. All right. Okay. I hope question number 7 is clear to you. Now, for example, if I use the verb look, when you look into something, you have a different meaning. Look into means to inquire into something. Okay? Inquire into something. लेकिन अगर आप कहते हो look up, it means to search. Right? Look up means to search. Isn't it? Similarly, the moment you say look after, it means to take care of किसी चीज को या किसी की देखभाल करना, to take care of. So whenever you have prepositions combining with the same verb differently, you have different meanings. So in this case, आप note के ऊपर बात कर रहे हैं, तो you will put up a note to show or to display. This was question number 7 for us. Let's look at question number 8. My niece has been married with the richest man of the town. Of course, Shreya, internet is a very big source to these idioms and phrasal verbs. Now, there are many, sites available, and you can take the help of the internet. But it is always good to have a legitimate book at home so that whenever you are free, कभी-कभी internet देखने का मन भी नहीं करता, right? So you can, just flip through the pages and learn the tricks. You can Google out the rest of the phrasal verbs for you if you want to. My niece has been married with the richest man of the town. A, B, C, D. Tell me what should be the answer. Manaswini says to the richest man. Okay. You mean B, Manaswini? Shreya says B. All right. Thank you. Let us see what the answer is. And guess what? You people are absolutely right. Again, a wonderful answer. Married with? No, it should be married to. My niece has been married to the richest man of the town. This was the error in question number 8. Right? Okay. Lovely answer. Marry always take to. Marry to someone. Has been married to. Okay? But marry as a verb, right? not in the passive voice. Okay, marry will not take any preposition, right? She married him. So no preposition over here. But the moment you say she is married, now you will take a preposition to him. She is married to him. All right? Okay. Absolutely, Virat. In place of with, use to. This was the answer. Let us now look at the next question. Now, in this question, see, it says read the sentence to find out whether there is an error in any part. You have to apply the same concept, but the way the question has been framed, it is changed. I want to write a review about one of the greatest actors ever to have acted in the movies that drive away our country crazy. Now see, this is one long sentence, and these sentences have been written in three parts, A, B, and C. And as usual, the fourth part says no error. You have to find out whether this sentence has any problem or not. If there is no problem, the answer is no error. Okay? Look at the composition of the sentence. It is a changed format altogether. I wanted to write a review about one of the greatest actors ever to have acted in the movies that drive away our country crazy. चलो क्या आंसर होगा जल्दी से बताएंगे. All right? So what is the sentence, guys? The sentence is this man wants to write a review about one of the greatest actors ever to have acted in the movie. We're talking about actors, greatest actor जिन्होंने फिल्मों में काम किया और जिनके लिए पूरी दुनिया पागल, जिसके लिए पूरा कंट्री पागल है, right? That drive away our country crazy. Shreya has answered C. Thank you, Shreya. What about the others? And the right answer is C, that drive away our country crazy is wrong, right? You can drive somebody crazy. It means to attract people towards you. When people go crazy, people go crazy for someone. You can drive people crazy. You cannot say drive away people crazy. Drive away means to chase. To chase away. भगा देना. To chase away, that is drive away. In this case, away is not required. C has a problem. That drive our country crazy, that should have been the right answer choice. Okay? Sometimes you have to be very careful whether to use a preposition or not. For example, if I say, let's discuss about this problem. What do you mean by sent? Manaswini, did I use sent? Who have acted? Okay. I'm talking about one of the greatest actors, right, ever to have acted in the movies He's actually referring to one actor that has made people crazy, that have, people have a big, people are big fan of this actor. And this actor has driven the country crazy. This is what it means. Yes, you're actually talking about the actor who has acted in the movie, and that actor has made the people go mad about him because he is the people's hero. He is the people's favorite. And that's why he has driven the country crazy, right? And because of which, drive somebody crazy is an idiom, and in between there is no need of a preposition. This is what the concept was. Like in this case, let's discuss about this problem. When we use the word discuss, we don't say about. We say let's discuss this problem. We don't say let's discuss about this problem. So there are some structures where the preposition is not required, right? I hope it is clear to all of you. All right. If you are really enjoying the session, guys, please don't forget to press the like button and do subscribe to BYJU'S Exam Prep. Okay. The next question. Now, this is a fill in the blanks question. This is an easy one, right? You have to complete the sentence. These questions are known as sentence completion. A sentence is given to you, two blanks are there, and from the given options, you have to choose the best option that can give you the correct preposition that you can use in these blanks. He was quick dash arithmetic, but weak dash language. Junaid has answered D. Thank you, Junaid. Manaswini has answered D. Thank you. Okay. Let us see what the answer is, guys. The answer is B. Unfortunately, we have missed this question. You can be quick at arithmetic. Arithmetic is a subject, and languages, it's a part of a subject. Okay? So you can be weak in languages, but quick or sharp or good at a subject. All right. So it's just like good at literature, but weak in essay writing. Why? Essay writing is a part of the English language, but literature is in itself a subject. So whenever you deal with subject, it's at, and a part of a subject in. Part of a subject in, but subject itself at. So that was the concept over here. It should be at and in. Question number 10. All right? Okay. Junaid, this is what I was trying to explain to you. I hope you have followed the explanation. Yes? Okay. This can be a tricky question, right? I kept this question to be discussed later down the class. You may find it a bit tricky. I'm not saying it is difficult. It is not difficult at all. The question is, in the following question, this question has 5 parts. A, B, C, D, E. It says, identify the sentence or sentences. It can be one sentence, it can be two sentences. Part or parts. There can be one part or many parts of the sentence or sentences that are correct in terms of grammar and usage. अब तक हम लोग क्या कर रहे थे? अब तक हम लोग incorrect find out कर रहे थे. अभी हम क्या find out करेंगे? जो correct होगा, right? जो correct होगा उसको find out करेंगे. In terms of grammar, in terms of usage, हमें पता है that we are dealing with prepositions, so हम preposition के ही error ढूंढेंगे. मतलब अगर आपको ऑप्शन है 1 A and D, which means A is correct, B is correct grammatically, बाकी गलत होंगे. B and C would mean B and C are correct, the rest would be wrong. C and E would mean C and E are correct, the rest would be wrong. Or if you think that all the sentences are correct, right, you can mark 4. So I want you to pay attention to this question and then we will look at the answer. Please try and solve it. So let us look at the question. With protests being violently put off across the region and the uprising in Libya devolving first into civil war and then to a full-on international conflict, one wonders whether 1848, with its legacy of violence, bloodshed and ultimate failure in the hands of tenacious counter-revolutionaries, will turn over to be the best roadmap. Now, all of a sudden, you may have felt and realized that the level of question has suddenly gone up. Okay, but the concept and the basics, they remain the same. So even though the question might sound a bit uplifted, right? But we must stick to the basics. That's all, right? So this was the question. A and D, Shreya. So you mean option 1? Thank you. So you mean A is correct, D is correct, and the rest are wrong. Isn't it, Shreya? What about the others? Okay, let us look at the answer option now. The answer option is BC. It means B is correct, C is correct, A is wrong, D is wrong, and E is wrong. Now, why are these three sentences wrong? With protests being violently put off, it should be put down. Okay, put down means to suppress. Okay, दबा देना protest को. But put off means to postpone. All right, put off means to postpone. So we don't need put off over here. We need put down. So off is wrong. All right. Look at D. In the hands of is wrong construction. It should be at the hands of. Okay. Like Australia suffered defeat at the hands of England. Okay, so the correct idiom is at the hands of and not in the hands of. Okay, this is again a mistake. Let's look at the last one. Read from here. In the hands of tenacious counter-revolutionaries will turn over to be the best. No, will turn out to be the best. Turn out का मतलब होता है to emerge, to come out victorious, to turn out to be the best roadmap we have. So these are some of the corrections that we needed. Yes, I would acknowledge that the question was a bit tricky, but with some practice, you will be able to solve them. So idioms must be practiced day in and day out, and please practice the phrasal verbs, idioms and phrasal verbs. So if you can work on prepositions regularly, I'm telling you, in 15 days time, you will see a wonderful change taking place in you, and you will be very, very confident as far as the spotting the error questions are concerned. All right. So please go back to the basics and start learning prepositions every day. All right. So just in case you have liked the session, comment on it, share the session with your friends, and subscribe to BYJU'S Exam Prep. So thank you for attending the session today. You have been a lovely audience. Thank you all. So this is Pradip Sir signing off, and we will see you in the next session very soon. Till that time, stay blessed and happy, and don't forget to subscribe to BYJU'S. Thank you so much, and stay blessed and happy. Thank you, Shreya. Thank you so much.